Hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show, the damn show. It is Thursday. We are almost there to the weekend, the 18th of June, 2020. We're getting closer to the weekend. Ready. I am ready. Mucho radio am I for the weekend. I've got Mr. Ethan Micheal with me this morning, your friendly, hello button. Your friendly neighborhood atheist. How are you doing this morning, Ethan?
Good. Yourself, Chris?
So far, so good. Yes. It's been one of those days. For those who don't know, Ethan is one of the co-hosts of you are the host of Your Friendly Neighborhood Atheist, and you drag Puck along.
Yeah. Well, I'm finally getting Puck to view this more as like at first he's like, I'll just give you some ideas. Now he's like, all right, he's on board a little bit more. And he's been viewing it more in a partnership in many ways. So
wonderful.
Even though I'm the rainbow barf.
Yeah. Yes, you are, actually. I've seen that part of you. I want to say hi to everyone in the chat real quick. Brainbug, Paul Cammish, good morning, Paul. Epileptic Skeptic, the Blazing Wizard Pope, El Blazing Wizard Popo. Y'all didn't know I spoke Spanish. Derek Cruz, good morning, Derek. Just a lot of wonderful people. Hey, Puck. There's Puck.
Yes, Puck, you said it last night on the air. You said partnership. So
partnership? Gotcha. Cindy Plaza, good morning. Good morning, everybody. The Sassy Heathen is here. She, I believe, is going to be on the show mañana. You didn't know I spoke French, did you? Yeah, she's going to be on the show tomorrow with Miss Cynthia McDonald. That's going to be a wonderful show.
Yes,
I'm really looking forward. I've been looking forward to that ever since I booked it. Whenever I got Cynthia first, the Sassy Heathen was first to be booked, and then I was like, I want to see if I can get those two on there together and let them talk about that stuff that anyway, it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So good morning, everybody who's joining us in the chat. Dragons in Genesis, brother, I would like to get you back on the show again because you were a lot of fun. Lots of people are a lot of fun. I'm not saying nobody isn't, but you know what I'm saying. So I need to get my people to get with your people to get you back on the show again.
Who are your people, Chris?
Me, pretty much.
Yeah.
Me. It's me. Rub it in. Just to rub it in.
Everybody needs a Puck in their life. Just say it.
That's true.
You have no idea how much stress he takes off my back.
Yeah. I understand that. I believe that. I certainly, yes, totally. But you do a lot. I mean, you got a lot going on. That's one of the things I got a list of questions. Questiones. And now I'm going to ask these questions with no guarantee that I'm actually going to pay attention to the answer.
Hey, that's totally cool. Hopefully the audience will pay attention.
But you know that. You run the show. You run the show too. Yep. I'll look back and I'll be like, that's right. There's no telling what they said. So good morning, everybody. Trina. Great. Oh, my, thank you very much. That's very sweet. Yeah, I do. I'm actually going to have a Ranty Chris tomorrow. Mañana, we're going to have Ranty Chris. After the Daily Atheist Morning Show, probably around 1 p.m. I guess that would be 3 p.m. Eastern. Somewhere, I don't know. It'll be around in there. Noon. I'm going to say noon. Let me say noon. Just guessing. And I got words, good words, tomorrow that I will be ranting about. Yeah, amazing. And that'll be on the Chris Mallard channel, not the Daily Atheist Morning Show, the damn show channel. That's the whole deal. If I did that on this channel, it just and be gone because the Daily Atheist Morning Show just churns and churns. But so if I drop it over there, you get to see it. Oh, good morning, Miss Ilya Moon. Thank you very much for the $5 worth of support to the channel. Thank you very much. You're wonderful.
I just subscribe to your other channel, Chris.
Okay.
Everyone in the audience, we need to get him to 100 subs so he can get a custom channel URL.
That's true.
Please, right now, subscribe to the Chris Mallard channel.
Yes, if you're not subscribed to the Chris Mallard channel and Stream Elements little bot will post the thing, my link out there for you occasionally as we go through the show for the other channel. So that's wonderful. So let me see real quick on my questions. Yes. There you go. Thank you, Blazing Wizard Pope.
By the way, real quick, I did want to bring this up since you mentioned Sassy Heathen. Heathen and I are putting together a roundtable on the topic of euthanasia. So if anyone is interested, we do have a couple people lined up. We need a few more. Ideally, I'd like to find someone opposed to it to get the counter.
I see. I actually would be willing to be on something like that, but I am actually a pro euthanasia kind of person. So,
And please tell me I'm not the only one that. Now, this is many years ago, but when I first heard that, I really did think it was youth in Asia.
No, I never thought that. I can honestly admit there have been times where I wasn't sure how it was pronounced or spelt. You know, I mean, youth. Is there an F in there? Euthanasia or youth? Yeah, I don't. But beyond that, no, I'm good. Good morning, tons of mice. There's lots of people showing up. Maynard saves. Good morning, Maynard. Nice to see you this morning. Edward Chirac. Hola. Buenos dias. Good morning, everybody. Trina. And Trina. Yes, Trina's here. Good morning, Trina. She's here. People for animals, too. I'm all about animals.
Okay. Exciting. This is, to me, very exciting. So
I'm ready.
You know, some people say Republicans are too hard-headed and don't listen. And I would absolutely argue against that, because I changed the other day. Trina and I met up, and I changed her mind on universal health care. I was pretty happy about that.
Okay. All right. So she was against universal health care?
Yes. And she thought my points were valid. So I took Dave Warnock's advice. Don't always necessarily use policies. Use what was it? Wow, my brain's so fried. Appeal to their humanity. Appeal to their humanity.
Well, that's a good one. Yeah. So good on you though. So some conservative. So I didn't know she was conservative-esque minded person. I didn't know, really, to be honest.
Oh yeah, we're polar opposites.
Oh, are you? Oh, I see. Well, good. There's more people showing up. The family is here. Cindy Plaza is here. Guten Morgen, Cindy Plaza. I totally trashed that, I know, but I tried. John Hammond, Link Thomas, man, lots of people. You guys are wonderful. Thank you for showing up and watching me and Ethan sit here and just kind of chat about stuff for a while. We got stuff. We're talking about stuff. I was thinking about something. We were talking about SpongeBob SquarePants before the show. And I was thinking, I actually didn't get to see SpongeBob SquarePants myself. I've seen like one or two episodes. My son got to see a lot of SpongeBob whenever he was a kid. So I was thinking maybe this deal, you know, like whenever he's got this challenging moment and he's seeking advice, I should throw down with the whole, what would SpongeBob do? WWSB do. I'm glad you get that. I don't know how effective it'll be. I think I probably should watch more than one episode to get the. I'm just guessing. You were a SpongeBob kid. I see that. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I would glance as I watched through, and the TV was babysitting the child. I would, but to actually sit down and watch an episode, I think maybe just one. And, I know it's wonderful stuff and it's got a lot of adult humor. So I'm going to have to go back and watch just for me to get Darth. Okay. Watch out for Darth Dawkins.
Yeah,
so they want to talk about. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So to be clear, Puck, I did not say his name. Someone else in the comments said his name first. Yeah, we spoke last night. I went on his Discord. There was someone else. There was actually a few people in that voice chat, and someone from our side of the fence did get upset and called Darth out and then left because they didn't like the way he was browbeating me. But I didn't feel I was being browbeaten. Then again, I don't know. Many things don't bother me. So
yeah.
But either way, I will say this. I never thought I'd say this. Darth and I had a good conversation.
That's good. Yeah. Darth.
I love your face right now, Chris. You're like, that's good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's part of your mission. I'm glad it worked. Hopefully Darth walked away from it with a kinder, gentler experience of what an atheist is, I guess. I hope. I suspect he'll show up in the channel and shit in my chat here shortly. But I'm hoping you're right. That's good. Yes, Trina. Yes, agreed. Did you record this? Did you get this? Is this a stream people can watch?
So no, it was on his political Discord. So maybe he records it. I don't know. I was told that he records these things. So
gotcha.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. He Good morning, Justin. Nice to see you this morning, Uribench. Good morning, Uribench. Darth sent me a message, email threatening he wants to debate me about my book. This is a while back. And said what he was going to do. I guess it was his threat was he was going to make a series of videos where he examined my book and pointed out all the things that were wrong with it. I think that's a great idea. Please put the correct Amazon link so people can purchase the book and also hate it with you. I mean, I don't see why this is a threat at all. I don't know that he's done it. I went and kind of briefly looked to see if he has a YouTube channel. I don't know. And if he does, he hasn't, I don't know. It's not, there's the GFL. And certain things are higher on my GFL, my give a fuck level.
Oh, okay.
Right? Some things are higher upon it and some things are not. I probably should tone that down for the general audience, but so I will. I'll tone it down. My give a fuck level is like and he's way down here. The only time he comes up here is whenever, I think I want to make my channel. Hey, good morning, Godless Granny. Sometimes it's fun to talk about him. Sometimes it's actually fun to engage them when they come in the chat for a few seconds. But if I'm sitting here talking to Ethan, I want to know what Ethan's going on. What did Ethan have for breakfast today? What's he going to have breakfast tomorrow?
Nobody cares about that.
Well, no, but that's our topic, right? Doesn't matter what our topic is. That is our topic. And he comes in, he's like, hey, talk about me. Talk about me. I'm hearing your chat. Talk about me. Why aren't you talking about me? And I'm like, listen, dude, I don't want to talk about you. I want to talk about what Ethan's having for breakfast. And that's the difference. It's my control. It's my channel.
I get that.
So, my gas list. There you go. I like that. My gas list is a good one. Yeah, I like that. That works. I got it. Looks safe in here.
Oh, someone bought me my first cup of coffee yesterday. That's pretty exciting.
Yes. That's wonderful. Hey, yeah, that's an awesome thing. Yeah. I tell you, I got to my first 10 patrons. I mean, I was beside myself. I got Justin, and he was one of my patrons, and Trina became a patron within minutes of each other. And I was just after the show. You people who don't know, you have no idea what it means to somebody to get this kind of validation.
It really does, because it's like right now, I don't know about you, but I just feel like a jackass talking, and I'm like, wait a second. People want to pay me to keep being a jackass.
Yeah,
I don't view myself as somebody who I don't know. I don't view myself as a content creator. I just view myself as a dude on the internet trying to get the information out there.
Yeah.
So it's still mind blowing that people actually want to contribute to that. Like, it's incredibly flattering. It feels amazing.
Absolutely.
But it's still mind blowing because I don't understand it.
Yeah, I know. It's been, it's one of those things. It was for me, this in particular has been a fantastic week, really. I mean, in that respect, I got my 10th patron. Yesterday we had Weed Wednesday, and I changed my coffee to, buy Chris a spliff, and people bought me 5 spliffs yesterday. They're trying to stone the hell out of me. But all of it is regardless of how it comes in, it's a validation that what we are doing is right, and people like what we do. I'm still blown away about it. People like Mr. Atheist and these other non-atheist video YouTubers or influencers or whatever who do this job and who have been doing it and have these massive audiences. I guess they're just used to it. To me, man, it's just wonderful. You are wonderful.
It is. It really is. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I used to, I thought when I got paid to DJ/MC, that was a good feeling. Mm-hmm. But now it's like, it just feels good because I'm just getting to be me. Like, I don't have to put on this big show. Like, I just get to go out and be me, and people apparently enjoy it. And that is like one of the fucking best. Sorry, Chris.
I do it too.
It's just one of the best feelings ever.
Yes, that's right. It's just been amazing. Of course, I love to talk about the patrons and stuff. Matter of fact, on my channel, I just got, of course, those of you who know I got monetized, I actually just got the ability to have memberships on my channel, sort of like Patreon, but built into YouTube and gives you your own fancy stuff. I just got that. Who'd have thunk it?
Yes.
So
look at Sassy's idea. We need a swear jar for you.
A swear. There you go. That's a good idea. Yeah. They have little tip jar things that you can put on the stream. I want to check something just while we look here. Is my thing still crapping on itself, or did it figure itself out? No, it is. Before the show started, I showed up this morning. You guys, I hope you're enjoying the chat. This is the unified chat. I'm distracting from what we were talking about. I'm sorry, but the unified chat. I got here this morning. Do I do the chat? Do I not do the chat? I don't know. I showed up here and the regular chat is just going on about itself. Anything you say, it just types over and over and over and over and over. So there's a little bit of a panic for me to get all that squared away. I hope you all can see the chat okay, and hopefully we'll be able to see the chat from Twitch. And hey, Digital Hammurabi is here. Good morning. Kelly Sellers is here. Good morning. Lots of wonderful people are here this morning. Let me just check real quick. Okay. So we were saying, I'm sorry, I got distracted by the chat. Super Ethan.
Oh, yeah. Whoops. What were we talking about?
See, that's the question. We were talking about memberships and stuff like that and being amazed at see, you guys thought I forgot, didn't you? I forgot. I really did. It just kind of came back. Anyway, we were talking about memberships and how awesome it is to have patrons. It's just really amazing. Well, I thank everybody for who does it. It's just it's crazy. What a wonderful community.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to talk to you. We're going to have upcoming Weed Wednesdays in the future. Now, I appreciate everybody who's come on the past couple of episodes of Weed Wednesday, and we've had a lot of fun talking about weed. But I crave the opportunity to get some educational stuff going on and get some knowledge thrown
rather
on
than
here.
Just us laughing.
Yes, a group of. You know what? Damn near every channel has a group of stone jackasses out there doing the thing. I'm not against. I'm just saying that's not what that Weed Wednesday is really about. It's a little bit, yeah, but I really want to learn and I want to help educate other people as to the benefits of the Buddha. So, and you got a guy. So next week we're going to have the guy on the show, and hopefully we'll get a more focused.
Yeah. More focused educational conversation.
Yes, and learn some stuff. Because me and the devil's lettuce have had a long romance, but I don't know anything about it, just like the wife said, and I'd like to learn some stuff. So, let's see. Ethan still stays Weed Wednesday. Yes, that's not untrue. I would say that's not untrue.
Well, no, I'm actually not high at all.
Oh, okay. Tell your lie to someone else. Okay. You ain't got a lot to kick it. No, that's okay. No. Okay, sure. Yeah, sure.
No, this stuff is exciting to me. It's like I don't know. The best way to describe it is I'm like an excitable child.
Yes. You are. No, carry on. You are very much so. I want to ask you, what else? You got other shows coming up that you're going to do, Excitable Child. You're like a toddler running from show to show.
Yeah, it's fun because I'm getting to tackle all the things I've wanted to tackle for years. So I'm just like, fuck it. I'm going to do it all right now.
Do it.
So,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
This is why I am doing so much. And this is how I view it. And I'm not saying anyone else should view it this way. This is just from my own personal experience. I spent 5 years fucking miserable. 5 years miserable, depressed, constantly, just my life revolved around being near a bathroom because I was always sick to my stomach. I was always having seizures. So to me, I have limited time now that I'm healthy. So I need to make sure that every second friggin' counts. Like I don't want to waste my life anymore. So yeah, I just want to tackle everything as fast as I can. And yes, what I do gives Puck, he needs antacids to deal with me.
Yeah, he's gives him a little stress. There, we've mentioned that every time. It seems like a very, I don't know, sort of. I want to say like Bugs Bunny, kind of Ebenezer Scrooge relationship.
It's Kirk and Spock. Trust me.
There you go. Yeah, I guess okay. You look more like Bugs Bunny. Carpe what's going on? Somebody's DMing. There's a DM going on. We are carpeing. I carped the other day, actually. Matter of fact, there I was, alone and scared. I looked to my left. Nobody was watching. I carped right fucking there. Nobody could stop me. Yes, good morning, Inquisitive Quandary, everybody. You guys are all wonderful for showing up. Pasta Mike, how's Carl? Is it Carl? How's Carl? Nice to visit with Carl the other night. I actually talked to Carl. You saw the show, didn't you? Or we talked about that already? Me and you and me?
I don't think so.
I think about me being on the Atheist Roundtable with Oz and Jesus Mike.
We talked about that last week.
That was wonderful stuff. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that.
Chris, I do watch you. Like, that when I saw that your name was on there, I immediately was like, I got to watch it, and I jumped over there. So you are one of the things I continually watch.
I appreciate that. And, I totally know you mean that in a non-stalky, creepy kind of way. I mean, the way you said it, I watch you. I'm going to make a little clip of that.
I totally did not mean it like that. I'm watching it from the bushes, Chris.
Yes, yes, I couldn't help myself. Yeah. So what other shows you got? Other shows? The Rage or Neil? I don't see them either. I hadn't seen either one of them yet this morning. But they'll probably be along. What other shows do you have going on? You're a busy man, so I'm sure you've got something going on. I've got my Ranty Chris tomorrow afternoon that I'm going to do. What do you got going on, brother?
So, I was kind of hesitant about mixing the two, but now I'm like, whatever. So I run two other channels. One is called YFNA News. It is your friendly neighborhood atheist news. Mm-hmm. Typically, we'll tackle socio-political issues in specific, like the Black Lives Matter movement, systemic racism. On that channel, we have a show called The 13%, where it is Richard Graves, the Christian Republican against Trump, and Cynthia McDonald, the atheist Buddhist against Trump. But
wonderful Cynthia McDonald.
Yeah, they tackle everything in that umbrella. It's a really good and educational show. The last one, we had a police officer on. Cynthia I had a last minute thing, and I had to co-host. Definitely not my area, but I had to jump in. And then every Thursday, which is tonight, we do a show called In Black and White on YFNA News. Okay. We'll be tackling systemic racism tonight, and as well the whole Aunt Jemima's thing. And Marie Delafont will be on with.
She's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
she's a lot of fun. I'm making a note here. Go ahead.
She is. I will say, I've had interviews where I've been nervous. Like Jenna Belk was the interview I was the most nervous for. However, Marie Delafont was the one I was most intimidated for. Like, you could clearly, I even admit, I'm like, I am sweating right now. You have me so nervous. And
yeah.
She totally broke me in the interview, but she's awesome.
Yeah, Marie's a lot of fun. I had her on I rotate out the co-hosts, and she was on the show for several weeks, and she was a hoot. Justin mentioned an after party. What's going on, Justin? I might be available to come hang out in an after party because it can be fun. It just depends. Are you going to throw me to some Christians and let me feed upon them? Is that? I mean, just I don't like being surprised is all, because you never know. My show is all preaching to the choir. Not everybody else's show is. So I've learned that before I agree, I need to discern and learn about what's going on the channel. I showed up. I told you, I showed up at Rage's channel and threw me to some Mormons. I haven't, what's that? The lion, throwing them to the lions. Haven't gnawed upon a Mormon in a while. Yeah. What's that?
No, there was one other. The other show I forgot to talk about is called Table for Two. It's this girl Holly and I, and it's like a dating sex show where we talk about, the more edgy stuff in a fun way. and we'll bring people on to they'll either call in or they'll come on the stream, and they will share humorous adult sex stories or dating stories. This next Monday, we're doing Dating Gone Wrong. So if anyone watching has stories about dates gone wrong and you're interested in coming on the show, let me know.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. Sounds like fun. Now you are not dating her.
No, everyone thinks we are because we like have
just kind of looks like it ought to be.
Yeah, and she made an interesting confession on the show in the middle of the broadcast. I was like,
bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, she was like, okay, can I tell everyone? I'm like, that's on you. I'm like, this is your story, not mine. She's like, okay, everyone, I'll be honest. Me and Ethan were drinking the other night, and I totally asked him to sleep with me. I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe you just put that out there. She's like, and he respectfully rejected me. So she approached it in a very respectful way. You okay?
I will be. Okay, wait. All right, so was there drinking involved or something? I totally get it.
Okay, so there's two reasons.
Two reasons. Oh yeah.
Well, probably there's like 15, but no, there's two.
But understood.
So one, she wasn't drunk, but she did have a couple drinks, and
that's okay. I get that.
Even though I mean, she did say the next day she would have done it sober. So even though was fairly confident in her ability to rationalize, I can't do that. Like I can't. My brain
totally get it.
Doesn't fucking work like that.
I want to know what I'm getting.
Two,
and who I'm getting actually.
Yeah, and then two, man. I as I told her, I don't want to hurt anybody anymore. I've had.
So if you're flexible, everything should be okay.
No.
Sorry.
No, I guess when it comes to dating, because I don't think I've really ever been a good partner, and honestly, it might just be better to be alone than to risk hurting someone at this point.
I understand.
And to be clear, I don't mean physically.
Yeah.
I don't want someone coming back. Oh, your ex. No, not what I said at all.
Right. That's funny. I get it. I do understand those things. So comedy aside, I do understand those things. Certainly don't with the alcohol involved. That makes it a certain issue there. And then of course the friendships. But see, something to get you might want to keep open-minded about yourself is that the older you get, the more you learn and the more able you are to cope and be a functioning person in a responsible relationship. I am now a functioning individual who is responsible in my relationship, and it just didn't seem to be possible when I was younger. If I'd have been the kind of husband, because I've been married before, but probably I might not have been. I may have been still married to those other people had I known the things and acted the way I do now as a husband. Because I didn't know and I didn't act, and those are things that as you get older, you are a little older, but you still have a couple miles to put in. You know what I mean?
I'm still a kid.
Yeah, you're still a bunny there. So once you get a little older, get some, you'll. I'm just saying, don't write it off forever.
No, I'm not writing it off forever. I think I'm just writing it off for right now.
Hey, Kristin is here. Good morning, Kristin. How are you doing? Good morning. Best name ever. Yes. How are you doing? Are you ready for the weekend? I'm ready. She's actually closer to the weekend than we are, which makes me jealous.
Yes,
it does. Until the weekend is nearing the end, and then she's closer to Monday than we are, and that's I'm not so jealous all of a sudden. So
I'd actually like to bring the topic of drinking because someone else had said to me, well, you were drinking too, so it's okay, and I'm like, I'm sorry, this is where I get pissed off. I hate when people use drinking as an excuse. Drinking does not turn you into an asshole. You are either an asshole or you're not. No amount of alcohol has ever made me like turn into some piece of shit. Like,
No.
so I don't understand that. Like, if
That's
I
true.
don't get why people can't make good decisions under the influence, because I'm not saying like good decisions aren't possible, but not saying people don't make mistakes, but I don't understand how people are so quick to write off large mistakes to, oh, I was drinking. Like, that's not acceptable to me.
Right. Well, no, I can get that. I understand that mentality, but I'm one of those people who my inhibitions go down, and I do things that I would not normally do, or say things that I would not normally do when I have been drinking. And I've learned that, listen, man, if you want to be a functioning member of society and not be a jackass and not have to wake up one morning and go, what the fuck did I do? Did I really say that? Did I really do that? If you want to avoid those things, stay away from the alcohol. Right. So I generally stay away from the alcohol. Now, me and the wife, neither one of us really drink that much, but now it's safe. We're safe together. So we've talked about going to a bar and going out and having a few drinks and, coming home or whatever. And you know what I mean? Just being the adults that we could have been before, when we were looking for the adults we are now. Because we're more responsible about it and we can have fun doing it. But no, me and alcohol do not go well. I mean, I'm a funny drunk. I'm a hilarious drunk, but my inhibitions do drop, and I will say things that I would not normally say. And I can look back and go, yeah, I would absolutely not have said that had alcohol not been thrown on there. Thank you very much, Ilya Moon. Respect to Ethan. She says, I believe we're talking about the same thing. She's talking about the same thing about the alcohol thing and the reasons as to why. Yeah, obviously. But me, as far as for my own personal deal, I've learned that Drunky Chris is not a good Chris.
I want to meet Drunky Chris now.
No. Well, maybe now here at the house, have a drink or two, get funny on the stream. I could see doing that. I might say something stupid. We have to tell the people, all right, prepare Christmas. But I don't want to go out to a bar and do it because it just... I just say stupid shit. I get funny and I think everybody thinks I'm funny. I try to play the guy's violin. It's not a cello. It doesn't work that way. I have inhibitions. Yes, I do. Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. I do have inhibitions. Drunky, ranty Chris. Oh man, that'd be bad. And my body just don't handle alcohol the way it used to when I was young. When I hit 30, there was this magical thing that went off that said, poof, you get hangovers now.
And what happened when you hit 60?
I don't, hey. I need to get the why is it every time Ethan's on my show, I'm regretting not having that button? I had somebody, oh man, I can't remember where it was. I was, we bring, or age. Mind your business. Anyway, so I was somewhere and this person was taking my credit card and ringing me up for something. And they really they're like, so are you over 60 or under 60? I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry. I am 48 years old. 48.
I thought you were older.
50. Yeah, right. And I thought you were younger.
It works for me.
Yeah, the years have been kind. It's the white stuff on my head. I got like a wrinkleless, beautiful face. I'm beautiful.
Yeah, but at least, okay, so here, you look like an adult. I look like a damn child. So people were like, oh, you'll understand when you grow up. It's like, I'm older than you. I understand. See,
I get that. And I think a lot of it has to do with your clothing choices.
And that's not going to change. I've been doing it since I was like a kid.
That explains it.
To give you an example, that's right. I've always been, I don't want to say obnoxious, but
I've been dressing like a kid since I was a kid.
I've been dressing like an idiot since I was a kid.
At least your wardrobe hasn't had to change. Carry on.
I used to I had this silver shiny shirt I would wear and shorts, soccer socks, and a chicken hat. And I would walk around this Riverwalk area constantly and just be off the wall. Like the outfit made no sense, but
yeah. Has the therapy helped at all?
Nope.
Have you considered therapy? You're so much fun, dude. You know, you are just like your shirt. Colorful.
That's why I wear that, because I feel like it's
nauseating. I'm just going through descriptors is all. I'm just being me.
Trina was around for those days during my obnoxious crap. I totally forgot that. This is how I used to approach women I was attracted to. I want to be clear. I was a friggin' kid, okay? I was a kid. I want to emphasize that. I used to run.
I like how you employ was a.
I used to jump in front of them and do a cartwheel as a conversation starter. And then I would call it the cartwheel of love. I am not even freaking joking right now.
You were clothed, right?
Yes, I wore
just
clothes.
Just check. The cartwheel.
But
I just never thought it. You know, I never want. How old were you?
I was 17.
Oh.
I was.
Have you ever seen Jeff Foxworthy and he's talking about his nephew who's standing out in the front yard going, airplane, airplane? He's like, that's great, but the boy's 14 years old. Yeah. That reminds me of you.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
Yeah, no, I literally, I don't want to monopolize, but I could just go on for days about the antics I would do.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Like, I like making people laugh. I don't know. If you can make someone laugh and smile just for a few minutes, you can you can make their life better. And I feel that's one of the reasons I use my method, is because if I can get people to talk to me as a human being and not an atheist, I have a better chance of changing their mind.
That's a wonderful viewpoint.
And
it really is.
Especially to me when approaching like Christians and theists, they reasoning and rationale, it doesn't always work on them. They need to see, like, we need to be selling hope. Or sorry, it's like Christians believe they monopolize hope, and they have this big outlook that everything's great from there. Well, we need to show them that we can hope too. We need to show them that our life is just as fucking bright as theirs.
That's a good point. Absolutely. So I totally agree.
I have to be the most obnoxious star I will, or brightest star I will.
And you know, as to making people laugh, I too like to make people laugh. And one of the reasons why is because if I am making somebody laugh, if they're laughing at something I just said, that means I just said something funny. And if I just said something funny, I'm probably laughing at it too. And therefore it is entertaining me. It's all selfish. It's selfish. I make people laugh to make me laugh. So it's selfish. I'm a bad person.
So
recovery.
Best name, yeah. Best name and I were talking on the phone, and I had her like snorting and laughing for 10 minutes straight off one joke. So that really made me feel good.
That's good. Yes. I enjoy the humor. The whole purpose, or half the purpose of the morning show, is to be a light and funny show. You know, and I sometimes I fail, and sometimes we have to deal with more serious subjects, but I really enjoy, there's something about humor that endears people to you. And it's just, it's wonderful. All the time. Thank you. Best name ever. Kristin, I do. That's, if I couldn't joke around, I try. It's a modern world, and you got to kind of watch what you say, even if you're doing it under the guise of comedy. And I have to remember where I'm from and the things that were funny and, not rude. It wasn't rude to say those things back then. Well, it probably was. You just didn't think about it. But now it's a different world, and you kind of got to watch what you're saying. I'm learning those things. It's one of those things you really knew. Grown-up people knew it was bad to say back then. I remember back when nobody was saying the N word, or everybody said the N word. There was no thing. My dad was like, no, you don't call nobody that. And you know, we had talks about those things long before it got cool in the public eye to start banning the N word. Those of you who are old enough know what I'm talking about. Ethan is hilarious, according to Paul Cammish. Thank you for the £1.99 of support to the channel. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, Ethan is a lot of fun. I found a lot of wonderful, hilarious people in my experiences doing this show. Oz, Pasta Mike, and Jesus Mike, those guys are just a hoot. And I want to get Good morning, Velocity Lobster. I want to get Pasta Mike on the show, and they were so much fun. You know, I want to engage with them more because I just selfishly, that's very selfish of me because I just had a great time enjoying or doing things with those guys. You know,
here's I think the thing people forget is when people want to keep the conversation directed all the time, Puck. But when you just let people be themselves and you just let them talk, that is when the best conversations happen. Like looking at my roundtables, first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it's focused. But the second people just start talking is when the audience is more engaged. Yeah. You not only get each other to drop the guards, but you get the people watching to drop their guard. And that is, to me, an important piece that content creators are missing.
Right. Thank you, Derek Cruz, for $2 of support to the channel. He says he's laughing over here and thanks us. You know, I like doing the funny. What you're talking about people being able to do that is kind of what I was hoping with Darth Dawkins whenever I initially invited him on the show, that he could take that kind of attack with it, kind of step aside and go, okay, we're going to talk about things that are, you know, and he just never could do that, never could step out of that and just chill out and enjoy the thing. But as far as my show, I like having more comedy, more fun, more lightheartedness. But again, the serious subjects that we have going on don't. Unfortunately, I guess you've got several different. You've attacked that issue by having different shows. You have several different shows. One that deals with this, one that deals with this, one that deals with that. So
right, and it's so while it is a lot of hard work, understand that I have met some great people that put in just as much as I do into making this work. Like Cynthia McDonald. I mean, when we first talked about her having her own show, she instantly started putting together a list of all the things she wanted to cover. Like I'm literally stepping back and taking people who are more knowledgeable than I am and putting them out there. Like that's not very hard to do. We should be doing that more often, finding experts in every field and putting the information out there. It doesn't always have to come from me. You know, right. I will gladly sit back anytime that I have the opportunity to let somebody else smarter than me talk.
Yeah. Well, that's where I want to go with my shows. I want to do these things that we've already discussed, but with Cynthia, she's wonderful. I've got Leighann Lord on Saturdays. She is fantastic for Sci-Fi Saturdays. I've got other co-hosts that do those, help me out during the week, Andy and whatnot. But then there's just a tone that I work very hard to set and build with the Daily Atheist Morning Show or the damn show, that I don't want to get it overwhelmed by these other things. And that's why I think Ranty Chris holding a separate, like I'm taking your example now by creating a completely separate show, the Ranty Chris at a separate time and everything, and they're not the same. It's completely different. So I can do this other thing, you know. Yeah, because there's just a lot to it. Let me check my time there.
We're good on time, unless you're getting bored already.
No. I'm doing good. I could sit here and talk for a while. Matter of fact, but he has work. He's got a work job.
I have that damn pesky full-time job.
Well,
so I'm grateful. Sorry, I shouldn't say pesky because my boss lets me step away from work to do this show.
Show that we appreciate that from your boss. Tell your boss hi. Atheist blessings, thoughts and prayers. I'm going to drop a link to in case my bot hasn't done it here in time, I'm going to drop a link to my channel, my Chris Mallard channel, because I'm going to be doing Ranty Chris tomorrow. Today's Friday. What's today? Thursday? Today's Thursday. I'm going to be doing a Ranty Chris tomorrow, but it's going to be on my new channel. It's Chris Mallard channel. So,
which you should go like and subscribe to.
Yes. Now. I'm putting the link there. So if you're not subscribed to the Chris Mallard channel, go ahead and go over. We're trying to get me to 100 so I can get the custom Chris Mallard thing. But I'm going to, all my scripted videos, the Evil God Monster of Abraham, It's going to be moved over. Well, I'm not moving them. The ones that are here on this channel, I'm going to leave them here for the views and all the credits that they got this channel. But going forward, anything, a matter of fact, my old Quickie with the Skeptic episodes, I'm going to my wife says re-image. Maybe that's the right word. I re-image them. I'm going to take the script, kind of fluff it up a little bit, re-record it with my new tech, and then re-release it on the new channel instead of, just moving the old stuff. So tomorrow, I think probably around noon, that'd be about 2 o'clock Eastern time. I think I'm going to do noon, 2 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to do a Ranty Chris episode talking about the whole...
watching you.
You'll be watching me. Talking about the defunding the police is going to be the main topic. Other topics are welcome. There's my understanding of it, other people's understanding of it, a misunderstanding of it, and I want to kind of rant about it. So that's where I'm going to start. I don't know where I'll go from there.
Why not call the channel Ranty Chris? That's a good name.
That's, I don't know. Well, because I don't want the whole channel to be just about Ranty Chris. I also want to drop my Wild Bill Wiggle stick over there. And that's where I want Chris Mallard to be able to express himself. The Daily Atheist was kind of that place, but the Daily Atheist Morning Show just kind of covers up everything. It's, it's going so on. Kind of intimidating. The image you're using for Ranty Chris is kind of intimidating. Well, yes, it is. It's the one I'm using for the thumbnail of this show. I did some acting a couple years ago, and that was one of my headshots for the acting. And I had gone up with a full beard like this, taken a few shots with the full beard, ran inside, and then shaved off down to like this Spanish goatee looking thing where it's just a mustache and a soul patch and a thing, whatever you see on the image. So I rushed in there and but in those images I couldn't see nothing. He had me in this place called the Golden Archway where the sun was coming in, and it was just blinding me. My eyes were tearing and what. So if you look at the thumbnail, that's what it was. The wife has another one of those photos of me on her phone. It's more smiling, kind of looking. But I still couldn't see. I couldn't see for shit. So thank you for noticing it. The wife has actually wondered when anybody was going to say something about that picture.
Have you been in anything when you say you used to act? Have you been in anything?
Yeah, I've been in a few things, a few local small projects that I've been in. One of them was called, what's it called? Offset. Offset web series. Offset web series. And it's this guy here locally to Albuquerque. He makes these funny little videos about what characters from movies would do off the set when they're not working. So what does Gandalf do when he's not doing that? So Gandalf is actually running around Albuquerque in where all the hobos are. And he thinks they're wizards because they're crazy, because that's what the little episode is. So I was in a couple of those, helping out with that. And I was in this one that's a Dungeons and Dragons-esque movie called Curse in the Covenant. So if you watch it, you can find it on Amazon. And I am in the first 7 minutes. I'm a dying knight at the first. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. They're over there. Go that way.
Did you have a line?
I'm sorry?
Did you have a line?
I did. I had several lines that I spoke before my character died. And I did that, and I also run the second camera for the rest of the production. It's a full length. Well, not full length. I think an hour and a half.
You should take the clip and show it on your show of you acting. I think that would be cool.
That's not a bad idea. I guess I could do that. I hadn't thought of that.
The show. Yeah, I'd like to see it.
I gotta be honest. I have a hard time watching me. I don't know why, but I have a hard time watching me act.
I don't like watching myself because I'm like, oh God, I sound like such an idiot.
Yeah, I understand. No, it's just, I don't know. Part of me wants to do more of it, but there's a performance anxiety, nerves, what do you call it? Stage fright that I get that is almost unbearable. We had to drive up to that place. It's like a 40-minute drive up to the place where we filmed this place where I'm dying. And I was just a ball of nerves. The lady who did my makeup for me was just a rattling lady. If you're out there, before that, I've been on a couple of sets. I hadn't got to finish. I was on The Messiah, a big, huge Netflix show. And I was in the background on that right there. And a couple of the actresses, or one of the actresses, was kind of rude with a background person. She was over there preparing, and then she's in the corner working on her lines, and a background person came up and spoke to her. And she was a little bit rude to the background person. Really not to her, just in front of her. She's like, hey, can you get me somewhere where the background people don't talk to me? I totally get it now. I get it. It's not necessarily being rude. It's just that some of that is really internally difficult. And had I been able to, on the drive up there, go, listen, could somebody please just get this chattering bitch away from me? I would have loved that opportunity. There's nothing wrong with my lady, though. I'm sorry. It was just, I was so nervous. I was terrified. And to have this person just sitting there talking to me as I'm going over my lines, I just...
People will never, I think many people will never understand performance anxiety, and they often get upset at, actors and actresses for lashing out. And obviously it's no excuse to be a jerk, but I don't think people realize the mental state you have to put yourself in when it comes time to perform in something like that. Yeah. And just imagine if you're having to play someone that is depressed or anxious, like you have to become, in a way, depressed or anxious to play that part. So you can't have people on the outside distracting you.
Yeah.
But if you go back and watch the first episode of Prison Break, I was in several scenes. I didn't have any speaking parts, but...
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's awesome. I've got these big tattoos on my wrist that are atheist-related tattoos. And so if you go watch the Messiah, I'm in the season episode 5, 6, and 7-ish area, and you should see me walking in the background with my tattoos and stuff. I haven't watched it. It came out quite a while back, and I haven't watched it. But there's a part of me that craves, that really wants to go do that. But then there's this other thing, like I would be very embarrassed to sit here and cry about anything in front of you alone, let alone on stream. And then to have to go to a place to where all these people are going to sit around and watch you up close. And now I've got to go through all the things that you go through to cry, and not hide your face, but expose your face to be seen in that moment is really difficult. These are things that I find very hard. If I could get past that and just go be yourself, what would this be in those situations? I think I would do really good, but I am very wooden. When you go back and watch my first live streams and some of my recorded content, very stiff, very nervous, very wooden. Watch me now. I'm all out there and comfortable and more doing it. If I could do that with the acting, get over that, I would enjoy that a lot more. I think I'd do a lot better at it, but I just can't.
I've been fortunate. My buddy actually pointed this out to me many years ago when I first karaoke'd. I get literally terrified, stomach in knots, but there's like this switch that flips that just, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like when I jump on stage. Like the other day, I showed Best Name Ever a video of me dancing on stage in pink booty shorts to single ladies. So I was abysmally terrified before that, but once it's time to start, it's just like it's go time. The nerves fall away, and you just just a good feeling.
I have had some experiences. One of my most terrifying experiences that I remember that I decided I wanted to get back into theater here in Albuquerque a couple years ago during the same time I was doing that acting thing. And I went down and auditioned for the Shakespeare festival that was going on here. And you could do any monologue you wanted. So I chose to do Juliet's dad's angry monologue whenever he's yelling at her and getting all mad. And I remember just being terrified, knots in the gut, just terrified. I don't understand the voice in my head, the little whatever it is that made me actually go and get there and then get out of my car and go in and go through the process of being checked in and go in and sit down in the green room with all of these other people. And then still, where was that little part in my head that made me get out of that green room and get up on that stage in front of 20 or 30 people, because there was a lot of people there for these auditions, and do this thing? Where was this? And how could I get rid of the fear? I don't know. But it was one of the most terrifying. I don't know how I got through it. I don't know what motivated me, whether it was fear of disappointing my wife, Because if I couldn't walk away from it and say, listen, I drove all the way over there and I just chicken shitted out of it and I could not go in. I think that was probably, if anything, I think that was it probably. But that doesn't mean I did well. Just because I made myself do it doesn't mean I did well. I was terrified. What's that?
But the important part is you did it. You actually, whether you were terrified or not, you did do it.
I did it. That's right. That's right. So there's my kind of thing. And then I talked to Leighann Lord, and she was talking about how she approaches comedy and got on stage and has done her thing. And she said there's no voice in her head. There's no fear. She doesn't have that. She's like, you're going to let me talk on stage in front of people? Let's go. Not me. I'm sitting there beforehand. Even if I don't have a guest for the show, I will sit here and vex before the show about its performance. It's the same thing that I have before going in. I'll get stressed. I want to get over that because I like having my guests, but I think I could probably hold the show without them and have, you know what I mean?
That's sure.
What's that?
No, you can talk like forever, so you're good.
Yeah, I'm a talker. I'm a talkerson. But I got the personality where I could hold the show. I've built up my confidence. I can do it. I don't need the co-host. I want the co-host so they can take some of the burden off. I can do other stuff. But yeah, that's kind of the thing. Watching myself. No, this is, for some reason, the Lord gave us strength. See, that's what it was. The Lord made me do it. Huh. That's
but the Lord. It was ourselves.
It was the Lord. Okay, I don't know. Trina's using her Jedi mind tricks on me. Yes. Talky talkerson. That's right. I'm a talky talkerson. I can talk. But it's a different watching. If I watch myself do this show, I do it all the time. I watch almost every show. I'll set it up on a thing and I'll watch it. And I'm like, man, I'm funny. I'm a funny son of a bitch. Look at me. I am funny son of a bitch. I do that. I don't have a problem doing that, really, most of the time. Now, I do get cringy watching me whenever I watch me debate people, like what happened the other night. If I go back and watch me get out of hand, and whenever I'm like, hey, you're just fucking stupid. Aren't you embarrassed to believe that? Don't you feel? I'm like, no, that's bad, Chris. Don't do that. But other than that, I don't worry about that. Now, when I go back, me and the wife, I got a video from the guy. It's called Cursed and the Covenant, or The Curse and the Covenant on Amazon Prime. If you got Amazon Prime, you can watch it for free. The Curse and the Covenant. I enjoyed the movie. It's a local flick. It is what it is. It was fun. It's a great guy who directed it. It's a lot of show. First 7 minutes or so. That's it. And if you watch the first 7 minutes or whatever, I'm out. I'm done. And you've seen The Amazing Super Chris.
Amazing Super Chris. I like that.
Yes, I'm actually titled as Kit Black.
Kit Black.
Kit Black. I have an IMDb and everything. I quit paying for it, so they took my sexy picture down that you guys.
You have to pay for it?
Yeah. Well, if you pay for it as an actor.
Oh,
you get to list all your stuff and you get access to certain things that people like you, who are just people.
Oh, I'm not special. I'm just people.
Muggles such as yourself. But normal people who go to IMDb, like me, not now. I'm just a normal person. I go to IMDb to find out about funny stuff about episodes I watch. I don't go there to do the thing. So yeah, we're just people. Yeah, so that's kind of a thing, that we'll talk about that on a later show. We're going to wrap this one up, though, so you can go do the thing. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. I have got a very exciting show tomorrow with Miss Cynthia McDonald and the Sassy Heathen. That is going. Oh, here, yes, she's very fun. They're going to be a lot of fun tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to show up and I'm going to turn on the show and I'm going to make sure the names are right and I'm going to let these ladies. Let's learn something. Miss Cynthia McDonald is going to drop some knowledge for sure, right? We know how she works.
Yeah, she is an educator.
Mm.
She's an atheist powerhouse, and I have a feeling, because she's already been branching out, I have a feeling she's going to become well known in the community.
And I think she heard me as I tried ever so desperately yesterday during the show to say to her, because she was in the chat, that it would be nice if she could drop some knowledge on this Friday. That's what I was trying to say. I don't know if I ever got to the end of. Yeah, did I? No, I don't. I just don't know if I ever got to the end of that sentence or not.
Oh, okay.
I remember struggling to get to it. Me and you, but I don't know. I don't know if she ever heard that, but she'll do it anyway, I'm sure.
A show by me and you is Puck's ultimate nightmare.
Yeah, well, we need to.
Shit.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know. I enjoy it. We could stress about things, but it makes it fun to just roll with it. But it's also nice to have the organization. I'm a roll with it kind of person. My wife is organized. She's taking over the money side of all this stuff. I don't control it. I just make it. And and so, we are an effective team because of that. Puck and you're a little bit of a wild card, Bugs Bunny kind of person. He's not. He's more serious. I'll think of a good analogy for him later, because he's not a villain of any kind.
So he's actually he's a fun. Very, very good guy. He's fun. He doesn't think he's fun.
Yes.
He did spend an entire week trying to plan a joke for Shannon Q.
I remember you talking about that. Yeah. Maybe he's like that little chicken kid that was write all the stuff down with all the math. Do you remember? You're not old enough to. Are you old enough to with Foghorn Leghorn?
He breaks down everything, and he doesn't understand that not everything works like that. Like, there are some things that you just, like, he broke down sneezes. You can't logically break down somebody sneezing. You just can't do it.
Yeah, but Puck can.
Puck can.
Pinky in the Brain is a good example, but not for Puck. Well, maybe not for these two. Maybe, I don't know. There's a Pinky. Which one's Pinky?
Whoever's the idiot is me.
Again, which one is Pinky? You can't both be Pinky. I'm a bad man. I got away with that. Okay, excuse me. Damp lung.
Also, check out Puck streams every day at 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time on his twitch.tv/PuckJava or Java Puck. I forget which one it is, but check it out. It's enjoyable. I don't like video games that much, but I enjoy listening to him talk. So I would recommend his Twitch channel.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll have to check it out because I need to learn from him about the Twitch and get back into it now. We had problems with the Twitch. I don't know if it's working today. I relinked the account yesterday, so people were saying it wasn't working. I hope it's working today. Man, I know you got to go. It's time for you to go do that voodoo that you got to do. I will see you later. Thank you for being here today. I'm going to say bye to the chat on my own. I'll see you later.
Bye, everyone. Have a good one.
Okay, everybody. Thank you very much in the chat for showing up and hanging out with me today. You are so wonderful. I don't think I'm gonna screw up my ending. Looks like my chat worked, the universal chat. So awesome. Again, tomorrow we're gonna have the Sassy Heathen and Cynthia McDonald. We're gonna have some fun, and then Miss Leighann Lord and Dick Dawson's. We're gonna get some Dick Saturday. We're getting Dick Saturday. So you guys have a great day. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for everything. Y'all be safe. Thank you for watching the show. A special shout out to my gold level Patreon supporters, the Blazing Wizard Pope, Ian Davenport, Cindy PLAZA, and tons of mice. Thank you, and have a great day.